Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning. Today we'll be doing a quick update on SUI. We'll be discussing our spot trade on the 2-day time frame as well as an update on our leverage trade on the 12-hour time frame. But today I also want to spend some time discussing what we should expect from SUI as it begins to move closer to our next higher time frame targets. That's going to be really important and also really educational. So just a quick heads up before we begin. Due to popular demand, we are now running a Black Friday sale. The coupon code is going to be BLACKMANGO and it will apply a discount on all of the Mango products. Additionally, if you purchase any one of these 3 products, you also get access to the Mango dashboard. So this is a great offer, one of the best we may have done actually. So take advantage of it while you can. I believe the coupon will be running through the weekend. You guys can find all of our products right over here at themangoway.com/black. Okay, let's start with a quick recap first. I'm going to go ahead, zoom out. I'm going to turn on my drawings. I apologize for the mess, but we've been trading SUI for a very long time. And back in 2023, we had a very simple thesis. At around 45 to 55 cents, we are going to hold the SUI trend as long as it's holding the 2-day dynamic all the way up to $2. So our target was $2 as long as it's holding the 2-day dynamic. And guess what ended up happening? SUI hit the $2 target and then lost the 2-day dynamic and started its downtrend. Look at how perfect that was, right? If you go ahead and turn off our drawings, you can see that SUI respected the 2-day dynamic not only on the way to the upside, but perfectly on the downside as well. Now, I do want to emphasize that this kind of combination of your target and the trend holding so perfectly is not always the case when trading. Things can go wrong. For example, SUI could have lost the 2-day dynamic at around $1.50 and we would have gotten out of our trade earlier. Similarly, SUI could have gone way higher than $2, right? Which is why we never ever try to call tops. We'll have targets where we take profits off the table, but we will never ever take the entire position off the table until the trend ends like it did over here. This is really important, guys, because the worst thing you could do is try to time the top and then price moves another 10x after. And I personally think that there's a strong chance that something like that happens with SUI, and that's what I want to talk about today. As you guys know, I have an interim target of around 7 to 750 for SUI. Now, far too many people, I'm worried, are going to take their entire position off over here, and more importantly, because we may see some volatility in this zone over here. And I want to talk about how we need to mentally prepare for volatility around this area or even a bit prior, because the upside on SUI is way more than 750, especially as long as the pertinent trend is being held. And I want to talk about the pertinent trend at the moment, because this time around on SUI's rise, we have to be a little bit more tactical. So let's go ahead and do a quick recap on our spot trade thus far. Initial trade started right over here around 75 cents to 80 cents. We're looking for the 2-day dynamic to hold ever since, and it did. We got the second bid opportunity right over here. There was a lot of confluence. We identified it during a live stream at around $1.69. This was a brilliant opportunity for anyone who wasn't in the trade yet and looking to get into the trade. Now the big question was, will SUI give us yet another opportunity at the 2-day? And what do you know? Markets are indeed generous, and we talked about this in the previous daily video as well, right? Where I gave you guys a leverage trade idea based on the 12-hour, but I emphasize that, guys, if we lose that 12-hour trend, you have to make sure that you exit, because there's a strong possibility we get the test of the 2-day dynamic, and you want to be ready for that test. And on that note, I want to give a quick shout out to Zinni from the Mango Seed program, because he followed the plan perfectly, right? He did not let his emotions get the better of him, and we all go through his emotions. Right over here, he says, I want to share something with everyone in regards to my SUI trade. For someone who struggles to follow invalidation, this is something I am very proud of. Look at that, guys. He got invalidated on his trade, and he's not feeling bad about himself, because your trade being invalidated is not a reflection on you. You following your plan or not is a reflection on you. And he followed his plan. The 12-hour dynamic was lost. He exited. And what did he say? If we touch the 2-day dynamic, I will bid again. That is what is important. You free up mental equity and you free up your account equity to take advantage of even a better opportunity. And that's exactly what Zinni was able to do, because as soon as we lost the 12-hour dynamic, we got the test of the 2-day dynamic right over here, right? He freed up that mental equity. He freed up that account equity, because if he had stuck with this trade stubbornly, he would have been stressed the entire time and he wouldn't have had the clarity of mind to say, hey, yes, my 12-hour trade did not work out, but now I have a better spot trade that I can take, a stress-free trade on the 2-day dynamic. And if you guys all adopt this kind of mentality, you can't help but get rich in the crypto markets. I will give you guys the dynamic levels every time I do the videos. I will give you guys the targets as well. But all I ask from you guys in return is to manage your risk. That's all. And I will guarantee you guys that over the long run, you will be wealthy. Just manage your risk. And by the way, guys, if you are enjoying these videos where I walk through an entire trend trade for you guys, from the bid zones to the invalidations and also the psychology behind the trend trade, then please let me know by hitting that subscribe button. Doing these kind of education focused videos aren't as easy as simply coming out here and getting targets. So let me know if you guys are enjoying this by hitting the subscribe button, because one way for me to gauge interest in these type of videos. And speaking of psychology and trend trading, there's something I think that we need to discuss to get mentally ready in regards to SUI. And this is really, really important for those of you who are holding on for the much higher targets, $7 to 7.50 cents, and then even higher, all the way up to $16 and possibly even $32. There's gonna be volatility for SUI to get there, guys. And we need to have a plan for how we manage that volatility while still staying safe. At the moment, you guys can see that SUI is holding the 2-day dynamic perfectly, but the trend this time is far different from the trend last time around, where we were holding a tight connection to the 2-day dynamic. This time around, what we are doing is we are pushing away from the 2-day dynamic with an impulsive move, drawing distance, putting in some consolidation, and then pushing away again, right? Once again, price drew distance away from the 2-day dynamic and then came back to snap against it. If we are to get to the higher targets, and I'm talking about targets beyond $7.50, okay, I'm talking about $16, $32. If we are to get to those numbers, there's gonna be a time where SUI loses the 2-day dynamic. We have to come to terms with it. And at that point, we need a plan for how we are gonna manage the volatility, how we are gonna manage our trend trade. At this current juncture of the market cycle, SUI could very well lose the 2-day dynamic while still holding its cyclical bullish posture. I want you guys to remember that. SUI could very well lose the 2-day dynamic and still hold its bullish posture. Unlike 2023, where when SUI lost the 2-day dynamic, I turned bearish on SUI. This time around, I won't be doing that. It is only when the 4-day dynamic is lost that I will get bearish on SUI. I know I might be sounding a bit too bullish over here for many of you, but this is the current juncture of the market. You need to allow volatility, especially if you guys are gunning for the higher targets. If you're gunning for the moves all the way up to $20, then you're gonna have to be okay with price coming back into equilibrium with the 4-day dynamic. Notice how in 2023, when we made a move all the way from 50 cents to $2, the 4-day dynamic was in equilibrium with price, right? Price wasn't drawing that much distance away from the 2-day dynamic to put things out of equilibrium. This time, however, price is sitting really far away from the 4-day dynamic. Now, at the current juncture, we aren't at risk of testing the 4-day just yet, all right? We are still holding the 2-day dynamic. Now, if we do lose the 2-day dynamic, I will be posting an updated video and I will give you guys the levels that we need to look for next. So again, make sure to hit that subscribe and the notification icon, because you don't want to miss that video. This trend is getting tight and aggressive, guys. SUI may make its way all the way up to our target of $7 before it loses the 2-day dynamic. So it's not something we want to worry about just yet, but the time will come. and I want us to be ready as a community. And finally, I want to talk about the 12-hour trend right over here against the dynamic. Me personally, I will not be playing this 12-hour trade. It may very well work out, but I'd rather bid above this green zone over here that I've marked out for you guys. The bottom of the zone is coming in at around $3.65, and the top of the zone is coming in at around $3.80. Once Sui breaks this zone over here, that's when I'll be looking to bid any high or low for a momentum play. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. This bull market is only beginning to get heated up. I'm gonna be with you guys the entire way from start to finish. Let's make this one count. And again, don't forget we are running a Black Friday sale. The coupon code is BLACKMANGO. That gives you a discount on all of Mango's products. And additionally, if you buy any one of these products over here, the Mango Seed, the Dynamic, or the Lifeline, you get access to the Mango dashboard as well. So take advantage of it while you can. I'll see you guys in our Discord. Ciao.